Is Nic Scourton a top edge in the 2025 NFL draft class? Let's find out. Welcome back to All Pro Football Data. My name is Jim Cobern, and today's episode we're talking about Nic Scourton, edge rusher out of Texas A&M. We're going to get into all of his data in this particular episode to kind of see how he projects at the next level. If you're new to the channel, new to the stuff that I do, please go to the description box below to get a glossary of terms. So starting off with his solo tackle, sack, and tackle for loss market share, he did really well. He had a 91 percentile solo tackle score, 85 in sacks, and 94 in terms of tackles for loss. He hits all the metrics in terms of Pro Bowl and starter outcomes in terms of the averages at the position, with the exception of the All-Pro averages, but still is within range of All-Pro potential. Scourton did really well in his overall production, which is very indicative of a long-term starter at the position. Then when you get to his other metrics, taking a look at his pass deflection data and forced fumble market share, this area was a little bit off. He had a 79 percentile in terms of pass deflection production and only a 62 percentile in forced fumble production. All pro averages, Pro Bowl averages, and starter averages. He hits all of the pass deflection scores, but doesn't quite hit the forced fumble metrics for his data. He's a little bit off. He's within the thresholds at these positions, but he is a little bit off in terms of his forced fumble market share, which lowers him a little bit into his projections. Now, the one area where he was absolutely fantastic in was his age and competition data. He has an age score of 99 percentile. His MSA rating, which takes a look at his age and competition, in solo tackles, sacks, and tackle for loss, was 97 percentile. And then his pass score was also 97 percentile here, which is his production scores plus age scores plus strength sketch. So basically every production score for the most part is in that number, and he did really well there. This is what really makes him special. It's not the fact that he was in the 90 plus percentile, 80 plus percentile area in terms of production, which already is great. It's that he also was very young and did it against very strong competition. These are all the numbers that you want an edge rusher like him to hit, which makes this a very deep edge class indeed when you have players who are hitting 90 plus percentile edge marks and they're young and they did play fairly decent competition as well. And Scourton is amongst all the top edge rushers in this class, like Abdul Carter, Mike Green, Donovan Ezraku. All those players, he is in line with those players because of his overall age in this competition. Then we get to a metric comparison for him. The closest metric comparison I could find for Nick was Joey Bosa. A similar solo tackle score here, sack score very similar, TFL similar, pass deflection data. Joey Bosa did a little bit better in forced fumble market share. Age score similar, MSA and pass score also similar, and then of course EAV or expected approximate value score very similar between the two. From an analytical perspective, Scourton has a lot more in common with Joey Bosa than other prospects in this particular draft class. Now, another hallmark of Joey Bosa was the fact that he did not run the best 40 time at the combine, but he did really well in his short shuttle and 3-cone. I'm interested to see how Scourton does with the combine coming up to see where he grades out there. But overall, I really like Nic Scourton. I think he's a fantastic edge rusher prospect. This class in particular is the edge rushers are kind of like the wide receivers last year. There's legitimately 5+ edge rushers with all pro to Pro Bowl potential in this particular draft class. And I haven't even got to the interior defensive linemen. But this is a fantastic class when it comes to the defensive players, and I'm excited to see how he projects in the future. So with all that stuff out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching the channel. Of course, my name is Jim Cobern. You can find my other work at patreon.com/jcoburn. You can also check out my Twitter at Geometrics, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.